What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to take a look at how to properly clip your 808s to get that distorted trap feel. So we're going to be looking at a couple different ways to do it and a couple different plugins you can use. Some of them are stock, so don't worry about that. And ultimately you can decide which way you think sounds the best and you can start applying it to your mixes right away. So if you guys are ready, let's jump right into it.
One time like this, make it pop like this, make it knock like this, make it drop like one time like this.
Okay, so for this first method, we're literally just gonna jam the 808 up a super high amount of volume and let it clip off anything that's going over 0 like you might normally do already. So as you can see right here on the master, I do have a classic clipper. So this is not a stock plugin, this is one you'd have to buy separately, but don't feel like you have to. But anyways, with this plugin, as you can see, I changed the slope a little bit to make it more of a rounded curve that we're doing here, more of a soft clip. And I'm not pushing anything, right? The gain's at 0, output's at 0, so all this is acting as a clipper. It's just gonna clip out anything that's over 0 and it's not gonna do anything else. So as you'll see from the 808, when the 808 hits, it's going about 7.5 decibels over 0, and that's what's gonna make it sound distorted. So let's take a listen to this. Literally, you can push your 808 as hard as you want into that clipper and be good to go. But you might be saying, well, my 808 doesn't hit that hard. It doesn't go up 8 decibels. Well, there's a couple ways you can fix that. Really easily, you can change the volume right here where your 808 sample is playing. You could turn this all the way up to 0, for example, and that would make it 12 decibels louder. Or you could just push it even farther if you wanted to. And another way is to actually boost the gain on the sample. So if you boost this gain right here, it actually makes it play louder. So if yours isn't hitting 8 over 0 or 10 over 0 or wherever you want it to be, just keep boosting the volume on the sample. Super simple to do. But this is the first method. And we're going to listen to all 3 of these different methods at the end. But this one sounds pretty decent to me, but it's not as clean as some of the other ones we're going to talk about. So let's move on to that second one. Okay, so for the second one, we're using the same plugin again. As you can see, still got the slope going on here. But this one, what we ended up doing is we turned the gain up 4 decibels. So instead of boosting the 808 up 8 decibels, we're going to have it like stop somewhere around 0, maybe a little bit over. And then we're going to do the extra boosting from the actual clipper. So the clipper is going to control the volume going into the clipper before it actually gets clipped. Okay, now to me, this way sounds a little more clean than the first way that we did it. For some reason, not as much of the rest of the beat gets distorted out, and that could be because the classic clipper is actually handling that extra gain, right? Because you gotta realize that if we're boosting the 808 up super high, before it goes into the clipper, it's already distorting and flooding out everything else in the mix, right? So the 808 is hitting +8, +10 over. Everything else is going to duck it just a little bit, maybe not too drastic, but it's going to do it somewhat. And you're probably going to be losing some artifacts here or there. But when you let the clipper handle it, like we just did here, we boosted it with the clipper, it's probably using some algorithms or something differently to boost it so that it's not pressing everything else out. You know what I mean? It's going to let that 808 shine, but everything else is going to sound fine as well. Okay, so the third way that we're going to look at right here is actually using a stock plugin called Saturator from Ableton. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw a saturator on here. We're going to make sure soft clip is turned on, right? And then I like to choose the soft sign because I think that sounds a little bit better than the analog clip. So it's almost going to give it more of that softer curve when it's clipping it off. And we're just going to leave it how it is and let it do the clipping. And then we're going to push the 808 up, kind of like the first method. We're going to push the 808 up to go ahead and become the top level. But one thing you got to take into consideration is this isn't just a clipper. This is also a saturator. So it's actually saturating the master as well. It's actually saturating everything. So it's going to be adding extra distortion and extra harmonics because of that. You're not doing just a clip. You're also saturating everything together. So by default, this is going to add like 4 or more, maybe 4 to 6 dBs of gain onto everything that's coming through it, just because it's adding that saturating effect to everything already. So you're going to notice we don't really need to turn the 808 up as loud as in the first example because of that. But let's check this out. So you can definitely hear that this one adds more rumble sound to it. It sounds more rumbly. It sounds like it's got more distortion. Everything sounds a little bit more messy almost. So this is another way to do it. This one might not be as clean as using one of the other clippers, but we know why. It's because it's saturating it. So really quick, before we do the comparison now, I want to show you one way. If you have Ableton, there is a stock plugin that you can get a clipper effect without adding all the saturation as well. All right, and if we go ahead and grab this glue compressor right here, let's go ahead and turn off the saturator, boom. Now we got this glue compressor, and you'll see that there's a soft clip option and this as well. But what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna turn off this right here, and what we're gonna do is just turn the range all the way down, and that's not gonna let it hit. So you're definitely getting more of a clean sound when you do it that way. So that's one way that you can use just the soft clipper in one of the plugins in Ableton as well. All right, guys, so I showed you the data, I've showed you the evidence, and now let's hear each one after another, back to back, so you can make a final decision for yourself which one you like more and which one you want to start using. Let's do that right now. Alright guys, so let us know in the comments below which one you think sounds the best and which one you're going to start using right away in your beats. Regardless of which one you use, you're going to be able to get great results with each of them. The results just vary just a tiny bit, and maybe I'm just making up, maybe I'm hearing things, right? So let me know if you guys also hear the same thing I'm hearing or if you're hearing something completely different. But regardless, if you use any of these clipping methods, you're going to get that sound, that bass distortion that everybody loves in trap noise. And yeah, I'm glad that I could bring this to you guys. So make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we're uploading banger tutorials like this every single weekday. You're not going to want to miss out on. And I'll be catching you guys again in the next one. Peace!
Like